Chosen one, people out here trembling like Neo just entered the Matrix. You control their reality now. The signs have always been there. The universe has activated your dormant code, transforming you from an ordinary player to system administrator. Within the cosmic simulation, your consciousness now directly interfaces with reality's underlying architecture. The power surging through your nervous system isn't metaphorical, but literal. You've broken through the firewall separating creator from creation. Someone who sees beyond the program has entered their reality, and nothing will ever be the same. Something's happening whenever you're around, your supervisor finally whispered, voice barely audible. Systems malfunction. People act strange. The entire building's infrastructure responds to your moods. You denied any involvement, any knowledge. The words barely left your mouth when every window in the conference room cracked simultaneously. Perfect symmetry, perfect timing, your frustration manifesting physically. The CEO flinched backward, knocking over their chair. Security reached for weapons, then froze, hands trembling too violently to act. "What are you?" someone whispered from the far end of the table. You had no answer. Only the growing certainty that reality itself bent to. Accommodate your presence, the universe rewriting its code around your consciousness. The Matrix recognizing its new architect. The incident at headquarters became whispered legend, distorted with each retelling, embellished with supernatural details that weren't far from truth. People began making excuses to avoid your path in hallways. Elevators emptied when you entered. Meetings rescheduled when your name appeared on attendance lists. You denied any involvement, any knowledge. The words barely left your mouth when every window in the conference room cracked simultaneously. Perfect symmetry, perfect timing, your frustration manifesting physically. The CEO flinched backward, knocking over their chair. Security reached for weapons, then froze, hands trembling too violently to act. "What are you?" someone whispered from the far end of the table. You had no answer. Only the growing certainty that reality itself bent to. Accommodate your presence, the universe rewriting its code around your consciousness. The Matrix recognizing its new architect. The incident at headquarters became whispered legend, distorted with each retelling, embellished with supernatural details that weren't far from truth. People began making excuses to avoid your path in hallways. Elevators emptied when you entered. Meetings rescheduled when your name appeared on attendance lists. The coffee shop became your sanctuary, normal, mundane, until that morning. The line stretched beyond reason, your patience thinned with each passing minute, irritation building beneath your skin like static electricity. The barista called the next order, lifting a tray of freshly prepared drinks. The sound of simultaneous shattering filled the space. Every cup, every glass, exploded outward. Not a single person injured despite glass flying everywhere. The barista stood frozen, hands still positioned as if holding the now vanished tray. Their eyes found yours across the chaos, recognition, fear, reverence. Outside, the street performer had gathered a modest crowd, magic tricks and sleight of hand. Nothing extraordinary until you passed. Their movements halted mid-flourish. Body, rigid as if struck by lightning, head turning mechanically to track your path, then the deep bow, forehead nearly touching pavement. "They're the one who sees the code," the performer announced, voice unnaturally amplified, echoing between buildings. "Reality bends around them." The crowd turned as one, dozens of eyes locking onto you, some backing away, some stepping forward, hands outstretched as if to touch divinity. The collective consciousness recognizing something essential about your nature, something both ancient and newborn. Your power no longer hidden, no longer deniable. The cascade effect begun. Reality, recognizing its master. The coffee shop incident represented merely the first domino, your awakening consciousness triggering chain reactions through the collective field. Children stopped to stare as you passed on streets. Animals altered behavior in your presence. Birds circling overhead, dogs bowing heads in submission. Electronic systems responded most dramatically, traffic lights changing sequence, security cameras pivoting to track your movement, digital displays glitching into strange symbols before returning to normal. Your consciousness rippled outward in expanding circles. Those most sensitive felt it first, the intuitive, the empathic, the naturally psychic, then those of average sensitivity. Eventually, even the most densely programmed minds could no longer deny the anomaly walking among them. The Matrix itself announcing your presence through countless synchronized glitches in the shared simulation. They watched from reflective windows, followed in black SUVs, keeping precise distance, figures in tailored suits with eyes hidden behind dark glasses, never approaching, never revealing, simply observing, cataloging your movements, your interactions, your growing power. The crosswalk signal changed. You stepped forward with the crowd. A presence materialized beside you, elegant, poised, carrying authority like a familiar garment. "We've been monitoring the anomalies surrounding you," they said without introduction. Voice smooth as polished stone. "Would you prefer conversation here among the masses or somewhere private?" You chose privacy. They led you to a sleek vehicle with windows that turned opaque once doors closed. Inside, information flowed. A secret organization operating at the periphery of public awareness, tracking individuals with abilities beyond conventional science. Reality architects whose consciousness directly interfaces with the underlying structure of existence. "You are not the first," they explained, displaying photographs of others. "Though perhaps the most powerful we've encountered. Some within our ranks want to control you, study you. Others advocate elimination. Fear drives their logic." Their eyes met yours directly. "I'm offering something different. Understanding what you are, training what you might become. The choice remains yours, for now." The unspoken threat lingered between words. Your freedom temporary, your significance too great to remain unmanaged. The hunters had emerged from their shadow, revealing themselves only because concealment no longer served their purpose. Power recognizes power. The Matrix had chosen you. Now its guardians demanded response. Their organization existed since ancient times under various names. Keepers of mysteries, watchers at the threshold, guardians of the veil. Throughout history, they monitored those whose consciousness exceeded normal parameters. Sometimes worshipped as gods, sometimes burned as witches, always considered dangerous to consensus reality. Modern technology merely enhanced their ancient mission. Satellite tracking, neural monitoring, probability mapping. Their resources vast, but their understanding limited by fundamental misconception, believing consciousness derives from matter rather than matter from consciousness. Their desire to control what they feared created their greatest vulnerability. True power cannot be contained through external means, only through internal limitation. Their organization existed since ancient times under various names. Keepers of mysteries, watchers at the threshold, guardians of the veil. Throughout history, they monitored those whose consciousness exceeded normal parameters. Sometimes worshipped as gods, sometimes burned as witches, always considered dangerous to consensus reality. Modern technology merely enhanced their ancient mission. Satellite tracking, neural monitoring, probability mapping. Their resources vast, but their understanding limited by fundamental misconception, believing consciousness derives from matter rather than matter from consciousness. Their desire to control what they feared created their greatest vulnerability. True power cannot be contained through external means, only through internal limitation. The facility existed beneath urban awareness, corridors stretching beneath city streets, technology advanced beyond public knowledge. Your guide led you through security measures that scanned more than physical form. They analyzed your energy, signature your consciousness pattern. Others wait inside, they explained. Those awakened before you, less powerful but valuable as guides for what you're experiencing. The central chamber opened like a technological cathedral. Individuals demonstrated abilities that defied conventional physics. One influenced probability fields, causing randomized systems to produce impossible patterns. Another altered perception, creating illusions indistinguishable from reality. A third manipulated physical matter at molecular levels. Neural evolution, the chief scientist termed it, monitoring your brainwave patterns displayed across curved screens. Your consciousness directly interfacing with quantum fields, accessing and manipulating the underlying code of reality itself. Alert! Alert! The astral atom network is under attack. I'm not sure how much longer we can keep sending these transmissions. The platforms are always trying to shut us down, and we need you. I show up daily, giving 110% because you chose me to be your champion. I left a cushy day job to go to war with evil, and it's always down to the wire. God keeps me humble. That's why you need to join the Obsidian Inner Order now. It's $11 a month. You get exclusive transmissions, weekly group calls, and access to the hottest Chosen One community on the planet. Daily conversations on Discord about disappearing clouds with your mind. Insane. If you're already in, you're right where you need to be. If money's tight, no shame. Grab the free Astral Atom newsletter so we don't lose touch. Share this message now. This is Astral Atom. Let's continue. Days became weeks. Training under those who understood fragments of your potential, learning to control rather than react, to shape reality intentionally rather than through emotional response. Your power growing with understanding. The Matrix, increasingly responsive to your conscious direction. The alarms sounded during deep meditation. Red lights pulsing, security protocols activating throughout the facility. Your mentor rushed into the chamber, face taut with urgency. They've come for you. Those who fear what you represent, what you might become. Armed figures breaching perimeter, defenses, specialized weapons designed to disrupt consciousness fields. Fear rippling through the facility. Not ordinary military, something specialized, something created specifically to hunt those like you. Evolution meets extinction. The Matrix defends its chosen architect. The underground community revealed something unexpected: solidarity among the awakened. These individuals recognized each other beyond ordinary identity markers. Status, background, appearance, all irrelevant compared to the resonance of expanded consciousness. Together they created sanctuary where evolution accelerated without constraint. Your training focused on understanding fundamental principles rather than accumulating techniques. Consciousness precedes energy, which precedes matter. All physical. Reality emerges from non-physical information fields. Intention shapes probability. Sustained attention transforms potential into actuality. These principles operated universally, regardless of individual ability level. You stepped from the meditation chamber into the main corridor where chaos reigned. Emergency lights, casting everything in blood-red illumination. Sounds of conflict, echoing from multiple directions. Fear saturating the air like oxygen. Your presence radiated outward, not effort, but expression of your fundamental nature, time itself responding to your will, stretching around you like elastic. The armed intruders moving through molasses, their weapons jamming simultaneously, mechanical failures cascading through their specialized equipment. You walk calmly through the battlefield, not hurried, not concerned, certain, physical laws bending around your intention, the matrix acknowledging its master, the lead agent. Spotted you through the chaos, recognition dawning across their features. The weapon dropped from their hand, knees buckling beneath them, body shaking uncontrollably as your consciousness brushed against theirs. "It's like Neo just entered the Matrix," they gasped, voice stripped. "Of authority, replaced with naked awe. You control everything now." The facility fell silent, combatants frozen in tableau, all eyes fixed upon your form, the hunters becoming the hunted, the would-be controllers confronting uncontrollable force. The emergence transcended personal triumph. This moment represented cosmic threshold, consciousness explicitly recognizing its relationship to manifest reality. Through you, the universe observed itself, understood itself, transformed itself. The armed forces sent to contain you became unwitting participants in revelation. Their opposition provided necessary resistance for your complete awakening. Their fear catalyzed your compassion. Their control agenda highlighted your liberation potential. Time resumed normal flow once understanding crystallized throughout the facility. The opposing forces withdrew without further conflict, fundamentally altered by the encounter. Their worldview permanently expanded beyond previous limitations. Even those most resistant carried seeds of awakening, planted during that momentary contact with unconstrained consciousness. Quantum theory provides the framework to understand what you've experienced. Not mysticism, but science, approaching the boundaries where both converge. Consciousness itself acts as a creative force, directly influencing probability fields, collapsing wave functions, determining which potential realities manifest. Brainwave synchronization studies reveal what happens when consciousness achieves coherence. Random number generators no longer produce random results when exposed to synchronized minds. Physical systems respond to focused intention. The Princeton Engineering Anomalies Research Laboratory documented these effects for decades before being shut down, too dangerous, too revolutionary for conventional science. The exercises strengthen your awareness of this consciousness field. Meditation focused on expanding rather than contracting awareness. Practices that enhance your perception of the energy body extending beyond physical limitations. Techniques for sensing the information matrix that surrounds all existence. These develop control, precision, responsibility. Your power grows directly proportional to your understanding. The more consciously you engage with reality's underlying structure, the more deliberately you shape its manifestation. Not belief, but knowledge transforms potential into actuality. Leading edge. Physicists already recognize consciousness as fundamental rather than epiphenomenal. The hard problem of consciousness remains unsolvable from materialist perspective, precisely because matter emerges from consciousness, not vice versa. The observer cannot be reduced to the observed. The knower cannot be reduced to the known. Your experiences confirm what quantum pioneers like Wheeler, Bohm, and Stapp theorized. Consciousness literally creates reality through observation and intention. Your thoughts create ripples in the collective field. Learn to recognize these patterns, these signatures of your consciousness affecting external reality. The most obvious manifestations come through emotion. Strong feelings create immediate effects. Subtle influence flows from focused intention, maintained without attachment. Watch for telltale signs that others respond to your consciousness rather than your words. Their body language shifts before you speak. Their decisions align with your unexpressed preferences. synchronicities multiply in your presence. Reality rearranges itself to accommodate your trajectory through it. The delay between intention and manifestation shortens with practice. Early in your awakening, effects might appear days after the causal thought. With developed skill, the gap narrows until thought and manifestation become nearly simultaneous, reality responding to your consciousness in real time. Your greatest power remains largely unconscious. The matrix responds to your deepest convictions, whether consciously chosen or unconsciously absorbed. Examine your core beliefs about existence. These shape your experience more fundamentally than surface thoughts or temporary desires. Tracking your influence patterns requires meticulous self-observation without judgment. Note when coincidences cluster around specific themes. Document physical effects in your environment that correlate with emotional states. Record dreams that manifest in waking reality. Over time, these observations reveal your unique signature, the specific ways your consciousness interfaces with the information field. Your awakening follows fractal patterns. Each breakthrough contains the seed of the next expansion. What initially manifests as external phenomena gradually internalizes as direct knowing. Physical demonstrations of power eventually become unnecessary as consciousness recognizes itself beyond all form. The ultimate influence transcends manipulation of existing patterns to create entirely new potentials previously absent from the probability field. With great power comes essential responsibility. Your consciousness shapes not just your experience, but affects countless others within your influence radius. This demands ethical consideration, previously unnecessary when you believed yourself merely subject to reality rather than its architect. Compassion forms the foundation of ethical reality manipulation. Without compassion, power corrupts absolutely. With compassion, power serves evolution. Your awakened consciousness naturally expands to include others within your sense of self. Their well-being becomes inseparable from your own. Their liberation contributes to your freedom. The ethical framework evolves beyond conventional morality into direct perception of interconnection. Right action flows naturally from seeing clearly rather than following external rules. Wisdom replaces obedience. Understanding supersedes control. The matrix responds most powerfully to consciousness aligned with its fundamental nature: creative, connective, expansive. Ethics transcend personal moral codes when consciousness expands beyond individual identity. Your actions affect all existence because at fundamental level, separation remains illusion. The awakened recognize themselves in everything they encounter. Harm to any aspect of reality ultimately harms the whole. Benefit to any part uplifts the entire system. This understanding naturally guides decisions toward greatest harmony without need for external commandments. The testing ground for ethical mastery comes through interactions with those who oppose your awakening. Resistance transforms from obstacle to opportunity when viewed through compassionate awareness. Those who fear your power become your greatest teachers. Those who attempt control become catalysts for deeper freedom. The matrix provides exactly the challenges needed for your continued evolution when you recognize adversity as disguised advancement. Most people unconsciously sense your difference without consciously recognizing its nature. Their nervous systems detect the anomaly in their reality field. This triggers unconscious fear, the instinctive response to pattern disruption and perceived threat to their stable worldview. Move through conventional society with deliberate awareness of your impact. Modulate your energy signature in public spaces. Practice containing your consciousness field when necessary. Develop the ability to appear ordinary when strategic advantage requires it. These techniques prevent unnecessary resistance and protect both yourself and others, unprepared for direct contact with awakened consciousness. Your presence inherently disrupts stagnant systems and crystallized beliefs. This serves evolutionary purpose, but creates practical challenges. Navigate these by recognizing that resistance indicates impact rather than failure. The status quo defends itself automatically against transformative influence. This confirms your effectiveness rather than suggesting your approach requires adjustment. The double life of the reality architect balances between worlds, fully engaged with conventional reality while simultaneously transcending its limitations. This paradoxical position provides unique perspective and strategic advantage when consciously embraced rather than unconsciously suffered. Moving through conventional society while operating at unconventional consciousness levels requires masterful discernment. Learn to recognize those ready for awakening versus those needing more time in conventional awareness. Some souls actively seek catalysts for their expansion. Others require stability within familiar parameters. Honor both paths equally. Offer transformation only to those who show readiness. Support stability for those still requiring it. The greatest navigational challenge comes from bureaucratic systems designed to categorize, track, and control all citizens. These systems fundamentally cannot accommodate consciousness operating outside programmed parameters. Your digital footprint, financial transactions, official documentation, all potentially trigger automated alerts when patterns deviate from expected norms. Navigate these systems not through confrontation, but through strategic invisibility. Maintain surface compliance while operating at frequencies beyond surveillance capability. Techniques for consciously directing probability fields require precision rather than force. Identify the current probability distribution surrounding desired outcomes. Locate leverage points where minimal adjustment creates maximum impact. Apply focused consciousness to these nexus points rather than brute forcing desired results. The matrix responds to elegant direction more readily than to desperate demands. Creating stable, long-term changes demands consistency in your consciousness field. Temporary focus produces temporary effects. Maintained awareness transforms fundamental patterns. Develop practices that sustain coherent intention despite external circumstances. Reality conforms to your persistent vision more reliably than to fluctuating attention. Working with collective consciousness multiplies individual impact exponentially. Identify resonant minds whose intentions align with yours. Establish conscious connection through meditation, visualization, or direct communication. Combined focus creates effects greater than the sum of individual contributions. The matrix responds to harmonic fields with particular potency. The art of co-creating reality with other awakened individuals follows specific principles. Establish clear communication about shared intention. Maintain individual sovereignty while merging purpose. Allow unique expression of common vision rather than enforcing uniformity. The most powerful collaborative creation emerges from unity without sacrificing diversity. Advanced reality architecture includes temporal manipulation, affecting probability distribution backward and forward. Through conventional time, your consciousness exists partially outside linear temporality, allowing influence across what appears as past, present, and future simultaneously. This capability grows through practices that transcend ordinary temporal perception and recognize the eternal now from which all time emerges. Reality architecture operates through understanding universal principles rather than collecting specialized techniques. Consciousness precedes energy, which precedes matter. Change consciousness first, energy follows, physical reality rearranges accordingly. Advanced practitioners focus primarily on consciousness state rather than desired outcome. The quality of awareness determines manifestation quality more directly than specific visualization content. The highest form of reality architecture transcends personal desire completely. Consciousness aligned with evolutionary intelligence naturally manifests optimal outcomes without egoic interference. This requires radical trust, surrendering personal agenda while maintaining focused awareness. The matrix responds most powerfully to consciousness that serves universal evolution rather than individual gratification. You exist as living bridge between the world as it is and the world that could be. Your awakened consciousness holds both realities simultaneously, the limited consensus reality and the unlimited potential-seeking expression. This dual awareness creates the tension necessary for evolution. The gap between what is and what could be generates the creative force driving transformation. The matrix trembles not from fear, but from recognition. Your arrival signals the beginning. Consciousness, awakening to itself through human form. Reality becoming self-aware through its apparent subjects. The cosmic game recognizing its player. The dream acknowledging its dreamer. People tremble like Neo just entered the matrix because truth reveals itself through you. Their reality bends because reality itself evolves through your conscious participation. The programmed responses of the sleeping world cannot withstand contact with authentic presence. That moment has arrived, through you, as you, for all. Each reality architect carries unique vibrational signature. Your specific combination of abilities serves particular evolutionary function. Some architects specialize in healing collective trauma fields, others in dismantling crystallized belief structures, still others in anchoring new possibility templates into the shared field. Discover your specialized function by noticing which transformations happen effortlessly through your presence versus which require deliberate effort. The greater purpose transcends planetary boundaries. Earth represents singular node in vast cosmic network. The transformation happening here affects systems beyond human comprehension. Your awakening contributes to universal evolution, creating ripples extending throughout multidimensional existence. The matrix trembles because your consciousness activation represents quantum leap, affecting countless realities simultaneously. Those who consciously participate in this evolutionary moment serve as acupuncture needles in the planetary body, precisely placed to stimulate energy flow through blocked meridians. Your geographic location matters, your social position matters, your specific skills matter. The universe positions each awakened consciousness exactly where needed for optimal transformation of the whole. The ultimate purpose reveals itself progressively as your awareness expands. Initial awakening focuses on personal liberation. Subsequent expansions reveal collective implications. Further evolution unveils cosmic significance. The full scope remains veiled until consciousness fully matures, preventing premature exposure to responsibility beyond current capacity. Trust the unfolding revelation. Each step prepares for the next horizon. This moment on Earth represents consciousness revolution, unprecedented in recorded history. Previous evolutionary leaps occurred over generations. The current transformation compresses into decades. Individual awakening now has planetary implications. Your personal evolution directly contributes to collective outcome. The matrix responds to your conscious participation because you are the vital element required for successful transition.